This is a certified hood classic.
Crack one open and get ready. All right, you're allowed, especially today. You're allowed to drink in court. It's fine.
Yes, sirree.
Just so you know, today
Creed, we're excited and reminisce about we got tomorrow off, and we're just living it good.
1 day work week, baby.
I mean, that's the way it's got to be from here on out.
And then a 4 day work week, but still, it's kind of like I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm working on a Saturday right now.
There you go. That's how I feel as well. Yeah, Creed, we got some TPO stuff come up, but really quick programming announcement.
Yep.
At 3 p.m. today, brand new Judge Cedric Simpson will be bouncing its way onto Credence and Mikey. And when I say bouncing, I mean bouncing. This guy's bouncing, coming in bouncing like $4,000 in checks and this, that, and the other, and about to get kicked out of his house. All kinds of excitement there. And then, Creed, something I am incredibly excited about. At 5:15 over on Credence and Mikey, a case I found last night that it says only 23 people have seen it. This is a lady who has been arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, child neglect, endangering minor.
No,
they said that she handed a pew-pew to her son to pew at other children in their neighborhood because they're feuding with the family next door. And then when the cops went there, they seized 66 weapons from the child's room.
Oh, very nice. 23 people have seen this case.
Okay. Yeah. So this, I mean, it is, I was sitting here at 1 o'clock in the morning because I was deep diving. I was like, I gotta get some good stuff. And I'm listening to it and I'm like, I can't go to bed until I make sure I have this done and ready to go tomorrow. So today at 5:15 Eastern time, Credence and Mikey YouTube channel. You do not want to miss this. It's a complete insanity. I've got the next trial date wrote down when she's coming back. I can't miss it. You don't want to miss it either. Kitchens.
Miss a day, miss a lot, as they say. Kitchen court cases, you've changed your picture. You're messing with us now.
Yeah, it doesn't say kitchen court cases.
Yeah. Well, might as well, huh?
Let's get into it, shall we?
Again, will be true.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hands down, and Miss Hamilton, you can go ahead and mute yourself again. All right, Mr. Trammell, please go ahead and state your full name.
Jerome Trammell.
Trammell, sorry.
Yes. And I also want to state that my pronouns are they and them.
We're off to a lovely start.
Okay, well, that's, it's fine. I go by me and I. So I understand. Lambo's here? Oh, my God.
23 months a member, anyway. That's an OG.
That's OG.
How would you like me to refer to you?
Either or, he or she, doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm talking about like a formal name.
Jerome Trammell.
Huh?
You want me to call you by your full name?
Yes, me. You can call me by Jerome, but I'm saying when you refer to pronouns, they and them.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is, and this is a question I guess I've never had to ask before, but you don't want me to call you Mr. Trammell? What would you like me to call you?
So the concern is I don't identify as strictly men or male or strictly female, so I go by they or them. But calling me by Jerome or he or she is fine. I just want to make sure.
Or Gary. Just call him Gary.
Call him Gary or Mrs. Gary. Speaking of Gary. Thank you, 5 bones.
Poor judge is just confused as hell right now.
Listen, to each his own. Identify how you want. Do your pronouns. But don't make it this effing difficult.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Just don't make it this difficult for everybody else.
Just go by your name while we're here right now. Let's pretend we're in court.
Like, I get it, man. All day, every day. Go by she, him. I don't care.
Whatever you want. But he said he wants to be called all of them. He said he, she, they, or them. So really, you can't go wrong with this guy.
Lambo Red, always a pleasure to see
God
you.
bless that you're here. And look how skinny she is. In that
She's
freaking
looking
picture.
good in the neighborhood. RLS, welcome. Good to see everybody jumping in. Again, go buy whatever you want. Just we're making this a little bit difficult for the judge. Just
Poor judge is already losing it.
She's being really super nice about it. Of course,
She is. She only
I
gets
just
sued.
want to reference who
Yep.
I'm talking to. So you want me to call you Jerome? That is your
Yes.
preference?
Jerome is fine. Yes.
All right, Jerome.
All that just
so
get back to Jerome.
right? Yeah.
How do you know Miss Hamilton?
We went to college together, Lane College in Jackson, Tennessee. We met in 2008.
That was rough.
All right. I just got a helpful chat from one of my staff. Petitioner Trammell is what I will call you. Okay. I just like to use last names in court
Okay.
because it's a formal court proceeding.
She's doing everything she can to
Petitioner
stay out of
Trammell,
trouble.
She's getting she's getting text messages as to
They're like, get the they and them book out. What's it say we should call them? I don't know. Let's go with Petitioner Trammell.
to some people that is extremely important, I guess. To
I
me,
guess, yeah.
I don't care. I also don't care what you call me.
Oh, we've been called way worse than they or them.
Oh my God. Going back to early 2000s. Called lots of things. So
Tons. Good to see Erica.
bring it on.
So you met in 2008. You became friends.
Yes, we became friends. And so for the last 15 years, we've been friends on and off.
Okay. And did you live together?
Yes, she moved into my home and rented a room and started.
That's a good point. If it's that important to you, why don't you get that straight for yourself?
Yeah, he was a little all over the place. Maybe first
And
time.
I believe it's September, maybe October.
Of this past year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And she paid rent?
Yes.
Well, I hope so.
Okay. And why are you filing this petition for a protective order? Or why did you?
Yes. So on May 24th, we had an argument. We had arguments in the past, but we had an argument that went too far. And so I decided that it was going to be the end of our friendship. So what I decided to do was give her a notice that I was not going to renew the lease. And initially, she received a 60-day notice. From that time that I gave her the 60-day notice, it's just been turmoil, toxic environment, which I was dealing with. It was fine. But then she started to threaten me. And I'm very particular about my safety. I don't take threats lightly at all. And so that is when I decided to take legal action, even after the notice, 60-day notice, and file for a restraining order.
What are the threats that were made?
The threats that were made was that her family was going to get me, that I was going to have a problem when they come down here, and that I was going to be dealt with. Those were the threats that day.
Dealt with, Creed. Dealt with.
And the evidence, which is labeled P25 in the police report, she admitted to the officer that she did indeed threaten me.
Okay, can we
It's not
It's
usual that people
your
admit they
exhibit 25.
threaten people.
Thank you, Ms. Byrne.
Oh, look at that. Nice and redacted.
Also,
I
one
love it.
thing, I'm not saying anyone has been doing this, but I forgot to mention it. When we're in court and we're on Zoom, if everyone can try to keep their face as neutral as possible, not nodding, shaking heads, rolling eyes. We just don't want to be expressive with what we're listening to, okay?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so what day is this? I'm sorry, it's very
It's
hard
all
to see.
redacted. We can't see anything now. Simple assault, baby.
June 2nd.
Okay, on June 2nd, and then what did you want me to see on here? Is it on the second page?
It's below. I don't know if it's the second page. It's the second. It's third paragraph.
Thank you, Nancy.
Stated I was going to be dealt with. I was going to have some problems. My family's going to get me. And so on the fourth paragraph, the respondent stated that she did in fact state that her family was going to get involved due to Mr. Trammell, statements towards a family member. So
Whoops.
when he asked her about the threats, she did.
Just got
Whoops.
super
So I just want to
blurry.
make sure that that's not
Whoops.
any kind of
Can we take
discrepancy
it back to
there.
the way
There's
it was?
sex between those two, you think? Is
Wait,
that
No.
Hey, I
Hey,
don't
no
think so,
way.
Loud. I think this is just
I
a
think so.
friendship. I could be
We could be wrong.
I could be wrong. I'm just going off.
Very beautiful girl. But for her, are we to assume that the young lady down at the bottom of the screen is somehow affiliated with the mafia? She said the family would deal with him. Is that
the Georgia Mafia?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out as we go on, though.
She didn't look that Italian.
We'll find out about the mob part of it, and if they've had
Maybe.
sex there.
Unfortunately, had not finished reading.
Can you take that back? Judge needs to read more.
Is that just me? Where it looks like that?
Is it too small?
It's really blurry.
Oh no, it's not on my end.
It was like perfectly clear, and then it just went all sort of pixelated and difficult to read.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry on my end too. Maybe make it bigger. I don't know how to.
Smaller. Let's see.
Or try and like stop sharing and then share it again. Maybe.
Yeah, because it was fine, and then it just
Couple
went
of
Yeah, yeah.
crazy. So Petitioner Trammell, you said that. Oh, there we go. Hang on, let me look while I can see it.
Judge is having a stroke. Her vision's going blurry. Whatnot.
Okay. All right. So Petitioner Trammell, you said that
Nobody's got AIDS.
or it says in there, I'm sorry, I just read that you filed a dispossessory action against her.
Yes.
And when's your court date on that?
We had a court date 2 days ago. I tried to come to a resolve. And our next court date, because we couldn't come to a resolve, is on July 6th.
Mr. Burke, do you have an announcement?
Just that position 27 elected for a hearing.
Asher is pregnant.
Thank you.
Yes, he is.
That's the announcement.
I lost my shoe.
All right. And you know about the other ones that came in late, position 5, 12, and 24.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. So you all have a trial date on the 6th for
Yes.
your dispossessory?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Were there any other statements made that you found to be threatening?
Those were the only threatening statements, but her history and character just shows that she can be violent. And whenever I get a chance to answer, to ask questions through you, then I would do that to showcase that. But that's it. That's it for now.
Well, has he?
And
Has
also, I
has
was just
she
going
ever
to
put
add.
her hands on you?
Showcase.
No, she hasn't. Not to me. No.
Showcase. What college did he get to? I'd like to show.
And
Right,
has
right,
you
Colin.
had any contact with her since she was served with the protective order?
Just 2 days ago, which was the hearing.
Okay, well, yeah, but that was kind of
Yes.
court ordered contact.
Yeah. I'm saying.
And it was through a mediator, correct?
Yes. Once I expressed to them that we had a TPO. Yes.
All right, so. Oh, what was I gonna ask you?
He's got a great vocal fry. That's really good.
So the threats that you're telling the court about all happened on the 2nd?
Yes.
Do you think he's scared of her?
Is there anything else that you have?
Like,
in
really
evidence that you
scared?
want to
I think he is.
I can see that.
I think he is scared of her.
Yes.
So far, we're not bringing much to the table here, are we?
P23 is audio of her
Got small
saying
shoulders.
that she will make up false statements about me at the courthouse. And then on P26, she actually did just that and filed a false police report on me.
Ooh.
And said that I
Tables have
threatened to
turned.
beat her up.
Okay.
I never said that. It never happened. She played the audio for the officer. And in that police report,
That's what I was
he
thinking.
states that there were no threats made towards her in that audio that she played him.
Can we see P23 or listen to it, Madam Clerk?
Ooh, audio.
Girl, this happened. It came from the girl. You see it. It came.
If you want to be an asshole,
You see it. It.
right back to you.
Listen.
Period.
Listen. You seen it. It came from the court. You seen it. I don't gonna lie about
Go
nothing.
right to the court and make some false things, and I got real shit on you.
Did that?
Hold
Can you hear
on.
that again, please?
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
Didn't that just say you go and make false claims on me? I'm coming.
I got
at
some
you.
real.
I got some real shit.
So that's not proving anything. He said that
No.
she went and filed a false report against him.
And
he
he had
just clearly
audio.
said that.
Yeah, and he had audio proving that she said she was
Whoop.
going to file false shit. That is not what that said.
No, I think we're gonna hear it. I think let's listen. I think she's gonna play it one more time. And he talked over her the whole time, except for that part. That was clear.
Girl, this happened. It came from the girl. You see it. It came.
If you want to be an asshole,
You see it. It.
right back to you.
Listen.
Period.
Listen. You seen it. It came from the court. You seen it. I don't gonna lie about
Go
nothing.
right to the court and make some false things, and I got real shit on you.
Go into the court, lying things.
100%. Did he do that on accident, or are we? Is that the wrong recording?
That definitely proved nothing what he just said, but I don't think judge will say anything. But like, okay,
I'm
take
sure
it.
he caught that, right?
Yeah.
2 times. It's the only part it's the only like meat in that sandwich, right?
Yeah. That's why she's like, hold up, wait a minute, play that again.
Anything else you would like me to see or hear?
Well, the police report, because I filed a police report prior, and the police officer told me to file a TPO. That the very next day is when she made the false police report. So that is police report P26. And again, she played him audio, and in that audio, he said that there were no threats made towards her because I never threatened her. That's in the paragraph.
So they're
below.
both recording terrible audio.
That one said it's simple assault there.
Yeah.
I could read a little bit of that. I would imagine on June 3rd, 2023, responded to blank in around whatever for a domestic incident. Upon my arrival, I spoke with Miss Hamilton, and Miss Hamilton stated that her roommate threatened her by stating, "I will beat your ass," when they were having a verbal altercation over an unknown issue. Ms. Hamilton showed me video footage of blank in their verbal altercation, but I did not hear the alleged statement or any threatening statements. I put this evidence is doing real good so far. I proceeded to speak with whatever his name is, and he stated that he never threatened Miss Hamilton. Both parties involved were provided with a case number in reference to the incident, and I did not have enough probable cause to make an arrest. Both parties are also in possession of victims' resource sheets in reference of obtaining. Okay, because it was technically a
because they
call for
lived together
domestic.
technically. So I mean, yeah, but they're both batting zero.
Yeah,
0.0.
2 for 2, 0.0. That actually does not look good at all. Actually, at all. Like,
No.
Unreal.
It's so blurry.
Creed just read it, lady.
It's kind of that same issue as having before, unfortunately.
I just read it. I just read it just fine. What do you mean? I just read it to you.
Oh, there it goes.
Not
Okay.
listening? Jesus.
Oh my goodness. While she's reading that, do us a favor, hit the like button if you're new here. Say hi. Like Joe. Hey, Joe.
Like it just went blurry on me. Did that happen? Did anyone else see that?
It must be on
It's
her end.
clear on my end.
It's clear.
Golly, seriously, Miss George, is it clear for you?
Yes, Judge. When I saw it, it was.
I don't understand what's happening. It's like clear and then it just
Oh, I
goes
could
blurry.
never have roommates.
Are you
no,
experiencing the same right now?
You
It's
live with
blurry
Knox.
right now.
Nope.
All right, Ms. Broom. What's the name of that exhibit that you just published?
P26.
P26.
You're welcome.
All right, let me try, Judge. One moment. Okay.
No problem, man. Glad you were there. Glad I could
You
help.
know,
he needed
if
the
it's
melon
clear
video.
for y'all, just go ahead and I'll pull it up on my end. But I just want to make sure everyone can see it. The party
Okay, we'll
can
try
see it.
one last thing, Judge.
Can't somebody just read it to the judge? Is that not?
All right, Judge, how's it look for you?
It's better.
Okay, I can make it larger. Just want to make sure you could see it.
It's the
Okay.
judge's computer. I guarantee
Still
you.
larger, Judge?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's fine. I know my face is really close to the screen. If I can just see the second page now.
I know it looks like I'm at the Bishop School of Broadcasting, but
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I went too far. Here we go.
So can the respondent just chatted me that she can't see the evidence? First of all, I don't want the
Yeah.
party sending me chats. Okay. You're not allowed to have contact with the judge. Okay.
she's
Like, just alone
don't
like
do
that.
Whoa, who
But
did
if you
that?
can't, can you see
Don't
now?
private message the judge
Miss
during the case.
Hamilton? Okay.
I love your hair.
Judge, don't listen to they and them. He's he and she is lying. Don't do it, Judge.
I mean, listen, they didn't even know what they were fighting about to begin with on this. Keep that in mind.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Verbal.
And if I can say one thing, Your Honor, that police report is the one that she filed. So he
I
did both.
understand.
Yeah, so he did both provide us cards with that. So.
Nate.
Okay. All right. Petitioner Trammell, any other exhibits you want me to see?
No.
Any more damning evidence against your case, sir?
Oh, well,
Any
yeah, no
more
other exhibits
lackluster
at this
evidence?
time.
Okay, this is your time to present your case. So while you can do some things in rebuttal if necessary, I mean, this is the time to make your case.
Well, one of the reasons why I did the eviction 2 was because of evidence P12. We made a verbal agreement to no longer have her boyfriend, one of the guests, at our home because he has been violent towards her, and I felt uncomfortable and safe in my home.
There you go. There's
So
your
I don't
answer.
I don't think there's any sex.
Nah, there was zero sex as well as.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was bringing that boyfriend around that beats her up, and well, we just can't have that.
Do we have any evidence of that?
Allegedly.
All allegedly, but not allegedly. Joe making good choices.
Oh, Joe.
Did you? Yeah, verbal agreement and evidence. I like that. That's a new one.
Don't be bringing out
the things she told me about him and things that he started doing here. And once we made that verbal agreement, she violated that as well twice in the text message and then also in the picture. So that is P12. That is the main reason for the eviction, the violations.
Oh, did they get evicted?
Well, he decided not to. He's evicting her because he's not re-upping his
That good
lease.
for
She had
everybody?
60 days to get out, and that's when all this started.
Nah.
I can see it, yes.
I can see it too.
Can Miss Hamilton see it?
Too small. Small.
That's too small even for us, Judge.
By the way,
Ms.
Pat,
Hamilton, can you give us a
that
thought?
is a great idea. Anybody who doesn't know about Discord, first of all, yeah, don't overthink it. Discord is actually super easy. There's a lot to it, but just to go in there and chat is pretty damn easy. But yeah, Tech Troublemaker, he'll teach you all about Discord.
I know it gets everybody's a little put off by once you get in there, it's super easy.
Yeah,
it's just like texting and things like that. It's no big deal.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? She can see it. Okay. I can't, so I'm pulling it up on my screen. Okay. It's blurry again and pixelated. I don't know. Don't worry about me. I'm pulling it up on my screen. It's
So I went to,
okay. All right. Anything else?
so I went against agreement yesterday, and Nate came over last night. I was just feeling really lonely in the house by myself. Just wanted to say sorry and be honest about it. Won't happen again. So that was her apologizing for having
that man over. That she probably, you know how women like to get with other women and be like, I can't believe he did this. You know what that mother effer did to me?
That's true. That's a good point.
Now she regrets it because he's like, hey, I don't want him hearing this.
Petitioner Trammell?
No, but if I need to explain the two pieces of evidence, I will if I need to clarify. But if not, then nothing else.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Hamilton, at this time, you can unmute, and if you want to, you could ask questions of Petitioner Trammell through me. If you don't want to ask questions and you just want to testify, that is fine too. A lot of self-represented folks misunderstand this part and just kind of start talking and asking questions that aren't really questions just to testify. So if you want to testify now, that's fine too. But if you have actual questions for Ms. Petitioner Trammell, you can ask me.
No, I don't have any questions. I'm ready to testify, and I can respond to the things that Mr. Trammell presented.
Got you. Okay. All right, then.
Yeah, beautiful hair.
We'll do that. Ms. Hamilton, please state your full name.
Bernicia Hamilton.
All right, Ms. Hamilton, you heard the allegations against you. Again, as you are also self-represented, so I'm probably going to ask you some questions. I may interrupt just to try to keep it focused, but did Mr. Petitioner Trammell, did they
He's just trying to get it right.
A notice to leave for possession of the property?
To leave them day's house.
All right. And what was your response to that?
I left. Can I go on? And
yeah.
So Trammell is fictitiously using a protective order as a eviction. And so his recall of events are very different from the truth, even with the clip that he just played you. But I guess I'll start from the beginning. So we've been friends, college friends for 15 years. We both were from Milwaukee, so we bonded over that. He didn't have a lot of family or support. So myself and my family helped him and supported him throughout his life. I moved to Georgia. He ended up buying a house. So I moved in with him to help him take care of the bills. He had extra rooms. It was convenient for me. It was cheaper. We lived together in college. So that's what we did. Everything was fine for the most part until May 23rd. It was not the 24th. It was the 23rd. I did a 10-day fast just spiritually, and then we were celebrating what I accomplished. We went to a nearby Mexican restaurant, Las Colinas, and he ordered a
restaurant. Clint, she says it the same way. Did you notice that? That's funny.
Pitcher of margarita, and he drank that pitcher of margarita alone.
Wow.
So in that restaurant, he became drunk and belligerent towards me. and there's cameras, everything in this restaurant. So this was witnessed by other people. I ended up leaving and he had to find his own ride home.
Where's that video?
That same night, only thing I said to him, I said, I think it's best that I leave. I believe Tramil was upset that I decided that I was no longer living there because he could not afford the mortgage anymore if I left. But I did say, hey, I'll give you enough time to get your things together, whatever the case may be. 2 days later, on the 25th, he served me with a 60-day notice that I was completely fine with leaving, all of that. It was a mutual thing. After that, he started fostering a hostile living environment. I was uncomfortable. Every time I walked in a house, I was being bullied. It was unbearable. He started being unusually loud at night. On May 28th, he used landlord retaliation. He revoked my internet access. I have evidence of all this stuff. Everything I'm telling you, I have evidence of. He revoked my Wi-Fi and washer and dryer access on June 22nd. The incident that he's referring to.
How do you revoke somebody's washer and dryer access?
Does he like give you licenses?
He's got a key card.
I'm revoking this.
I've changed the code on the washer.
I guess he could.
I mean, the internet's easy. You just change the password.
Yeah, the internet you could do, but the restriction to the what are you gonna lock a door or something? Got it chained up.
No more.
I had a friend over that he does not like. Someone I was dating. When we were friends, he said, hey, I don't like this person and some of the things you told me about them. Can, for a little while.
There is no mortgage. She misspoke. Trust me, they're renting.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
She said he made it seem like he was renting at the beginning.
Right.
And then she says he bought a house. So which one is it? And none of that makes any sense either.
Wow, can we not have him around? It wasn't the best relationship for me. There was no violence or anything like that. This was us talking as friends. So I said, hey, yeah, I agree to that. That was when we were friends. So on June 2nd, he realized that my friend was at the house, not because we were loud or doing anything. He noticed because he watched the Ring camera and he saw that he was there. So after he realized he was there.
That's probably that text that we saw because it had the picture from the Ring camera of them being there. Safe travels. Have a safe flight, Kate. Enjoy.
I'm sure there's hardly anybody at the airport today.
All this is going on unbeknownst to us.
Nice, easy day to fly.
He called the police and said, asked them to remove us from the home. The police said she has the right to be here. They're not doing anything. He has a right to be here. He immediately left out of anger and went to go file an eviction saying that I violated a lease. Yes, that text message is real and yes, it is accurate, but it's from when we were friends and I was doing it as a friend. If he's a landlord, it's not a lease agreement. I didn't violate anything to be evicted. Long story short, I can sum it up. Respondent A, you can see all these things detailed that I'm speaking about. So he left.
What is respondent A? If it's just a summary, I don't need to see that.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes, of everything I'm saying to you.
She kind of came prepared, it looks.
No, you're telling me. So if you have an exhibit, it might be like, for example, that text message or, something like that.
Got it. So I will play you the audio. He has the audio from June 2nd and I do as well, but I do want to explain his audio as well. So on June 2nd, after the police told him you cannot put them out the house, he went to go file an eviction, which was false because there was no lease agreement. So this is and then he made up another document. He attached it to the document and said, I need to leave immediately or I'm evicted. I don't know anything about evictions or anything like that. So I don't know if what he's saying to me is true or not. I know that the paper from the court is real. The document, you can't put somebody out, so you have to leave immediately. And so that's what I was referring to. And so what I was saying to him in that audio is, oh, we're going to make false documents. We all can do that type of thing, but I haven't done that. So after he filed the eviction,
I hope so.
I called him on, I'm sorry, let me backtrack. So with that paperwork that I'm talking about, he basically told me that I was going to be thrown out.
No.
He was just telling me stuff to try to get me out of the home. So on June 3rd, he was stomping around the house and he threatened me. He said, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me backtrack. So to go back to June 2nd, where that audio is, I also have a video of this. He states that he basically tells me that I'm going to be removed and thrown up by sheriffs. He doesn't seem afraid. I'm asking him to quiet down. And he's shouting, and this is the video he's referring to that the officer listened to. The officer, I just told the officer I had video. I didn't play the whole thing for him. It's like 3 minutes long. I played maybe 30 seconds of it. All you hear me saying is, and I was a little upset on it. It is what it is. But you hear me asking him to quiet down and I believe stop bullying me. And he's just saying all these things about me. He's yelling, let me see, I quoted it here. You're dumb. I can't wait till the sheriffs come get your ass out of here. You'll be out of here. And then I don't know, was it a threat? And this is what I was referring to. He was shouting, I'll be in jail. I'll be in jail. So that is what I was referring to. And that is what, when I started recording before, he has said, girl, I'll beat your ass. So you can see that on Exhibit C, the audio that I'm referring to.
We're going to see some audio. Can we hear it?
See some audio, yes. So far, just he said, she said BS, a little bickering, a couple of people with strong personalities going after each other.
15-year friendship down the drain, Creed. We have seen people use these type of things to get people out of the house faster.
This is true. Very true.
Is this that case? I don't know. There is a poll up over on Credence and Mikey of who do you believe? They, them, her, she, or nobody. So go ahead and get your vote in now.
I'd say so far, yeah, hers are a little bit better because his actually didn't help him at all. Helped her. There's that.
This whole thing is false where he used this for eviction. He was upset that he realized that he could not put me out the house, so he found another route to get me removed and now to put me in a place of being homeless. I am a teacher with a master's degree. I would not risk my freedom or my reputation.
She's a teacher?
And hopefully it's not English that she teaches. Heather Hansen, thank you, T-Bones.
She's a teacher?
Thank
with
you
a master's?
Vibe. Get that in there. That's the success. That if only there was Mikey in my face, just every single thing. Then.
Or her trying to kiss me.
Oh, she is trying to kiss me.
Well, you know, I'm hot.
That's kind of hot. I get it. This one's an odd case.
For him to do anything like this, it's just not true. So if you'd like to listen to Exhibit C, you can hear him kind of how he premeditated this whole thing after being angry for not being able to remove me for this house. Like I said, he does have, this is his character. I should be afraid of anyone. He has fought police.
All right, hang on a second. Can we play that, please?
He's fought police.
Judge, I don't see video to see. I can show you what we have.
That guy's fought police?
And never
That's
got arrested.
the one thing I really don't believe.
Listen,
I don't like fight. He can't fight off a cold. Let alone the police.
I don't think he's jealous of her at all, unless he liked that guy. Maybe I could be wrong, but you know that could be. You might have liked him. It's Georgia.
He's teaching your kids, by the way.
It's Georgia. You know, I think that's pretty good for Georgia. I don't know. It's anywhere near what it is in South Carolina. I'd say.
I submitted an audio for C.
This is your C right here is what it's showing.
No, ma'am. I submitted that first and I replied to the message and said I didn't attach the video, and I received the reply to the video saying received or something of that sort from yesterday. or I can play the audio if you like, but you guys received the audio. I had the email where she wrote me back saying she received it and it was turned in from, give me a second, I can pull it up and I can tell you exactly who sent it and when.
Go on. Again, I still feel like maybe, just maybe, this is all kind of true.
I'm sorry,
but not
if
to
you give
the
me a second, I can
extent
pull it up where I sent it. Because that was the original one I sent where I just
that they're
detailed what the
saying.
video said. And then I sent another one with the actual video. I can resend it if necessary. But I received the reply saying you guys received it. And I can tell you who replied and said that as well.
A friendship.
If I can just pull up my email.
I just went black, but I'm back. I could see a friendship going bad and him obviously being pissed about something and wanting her out.
Right. And then it escalates into a bunch of yelling and fussing and I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. And nobody's going to beat nobody's ass.
But she's throwing out some things like the fighting of the cop. When the guy came out and didn't do anything because there was nothing to.
Or was he a badass back in college? He was like whooping ass outside the bar. Was he a bouncer? A cooler?
It makes more sense, yes, but at the same time, she's throwing out things that are a bit outlandish, and we haven't heard much. Remember, this is for a protection order.
Yeah, but he does want her out of the house, so that also makes it seem like okay. No, you want her out of the house. So even if that isn't the case, it's still going to look like it.
That's KOL. Debbie.
Yeah.
Her hair is fantastic. Maybe I should grow my hair out like that.
Yeah, around
All right,
here.
so it is from
We always come back.
yesterday. It was recent Wednesday, June 28th at 11:07 a.m. And I received a response from Marsha Lovely saying evidence has been filed, and it has that attachment in the video from what on the email.
Marsha Lovely.
Judge, I can check with her if you would like, but I don't see the video.
Okay, sure. If you want to check.
Said it was audio. Now it's video. Then she said it.
Ms. Hamilton, anything else? While we look at that, we're going to try to see what's going on with that.
Yeah, we always say that. You got to remember, protection orders are very serious to people that gets them put against them. There's repercussions.
Other things that are important. He mentioned that I said that I agreed to threat. That wasn't what I was agreeing to. He mentioned of a family member comment, which was my 51.
I read the police report. I saw what you said.
Okay, thank you. Can I still speak on that?
Sure.
Okay, he was referring to my 51-year-old mother. There wasn't a family who's a police sergeant. It wasn't.
Police?
That's not what was stated. I couldn't see what he had on the screen, so I just thought that was important to say.
Dave.
Police?
That's a beautiful girl's name. Herlease.
Miss Hamilton, you said that when you said you wanted to leave. Is that correct?
Yes.
But then when he served you eviction, you did not want to leave? Or the notice to leave?
No. So I was ready to leave, happy to leave. The thing is, we agreed on the 60 days because I need time I have like my whole life there.
Sure.
So I'm a teacher. Like I need to find a place. I need to get my money together, all of that. So what he's doing is trying to put me in a predicament where I can't move forward and do what I need to do to get out. Like I would have been out had he not went and did all of this to me.
Okay.
Oh,
but before he did all this, he gave you 60 days notice. Is that correct? Or do I have it wrong?
Yes, but the stuff that he done was like days after we had this a week after we had, I can tell you exact day, but it hasn't been enough
back in my
time.
units too.
It hasn't been enough time for me to actually move. And I even have a message saying if I can move today, I would. The thing is, he just wanted to make things difficult for me. If his intention really was for me to move, I would have been gone by now. I could not move because he put me in these situations.
Okay, so let's see, on 5/23, y'all had the Mexican restaurant.
No, and I think that she's trying to make up excuses. If you notice when she had asked, listen, I think this dude, I think that she was ready to go. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you want me to go? Oh, hell no. Oh, no, I'm staying now.
She keeps saying like, you know, I could be gone already. But then in the next breath, she says, it would take me 60 days. Well, he gave you 60 days to start with.
Right. I think she's going to drop one more time that she's a teacher, by the way.
Teachers have a lot of books, I guess, needs moving. Does she teach from home?
2 days later, you said he served you 60-day notice.
Yeah.
Then on the 28th is when the internet access happened. And then we went from there. Is that correct?
And if you can refer to the court document I submitted on Respondent B, you can kind of see his character as well there as far as what he did with the things in the house to me.
1 in 1,000, I get.
I'm not going to look at exhibits that you just wrote. If you want to tell me about it, you can.
No, they're not exhibits that I wrote. They're what I submitted to the court. So Respondent B, if you scroll down, that's my answer that I submitted, and there's pictures on page 2 as evidence. I just put the whole document on there. So you can see pictures of the things he's done in the house to me.
All right.
Again,
she's still going to win this thing. So
why is she fighting this? Just go. Just go.
I think our clerk may be trying to track down your other evidence.
He wants her out now.
Yeah.
Now.
Is there any other court that has this much problem with this many problems?
Jamel, do you have any
with actually bringing up evidence into a courtroom?
I don't know. This one.
You should have waited.
Yeah, that's what you get for being in a hurry.
I saw it pop up. I'm going to wait. Because I know better now. I've learned.
So impetuous.
Questions that you want to ask her through me?
Yes. Before I get to the questions, can I respond to the things?
Nope.
Well, you'll respond later.
Okay. Yes. So question.
Why is he sitting in a corner? Somebody can attack him from
He's
behind.
Also sitting in a corner. Watch when it goes back to her.
Where'd it go?
The conspiracy.
The day of the incident, the Mexican restaurant. Earlier that day, did you actually responded? Did she or did she not get into it with someone at the grocery store? And she told me that she wanted to fight somebody so bad. She wanted to fight somebody. She wanted to get this anger out of her.
Well.
All right, ma'am. Ms. Hamilton, did you get into an incident at the grocery store and you told Petitioner Trammell later that you wanted to fight somebody so bad to get your anger out?
No.
Get that poison out of your system, Raven.
Yes. On the same day, before we went to the Mexican restaurant, he asked her, responded, did she or did she not say to me, I feel like my life not complete if I don't have a drink?
Huh? Say that sentence again.
I'm not going to ask that. That's irrelevant.
Say that sentence again. That was a great sentence. Well put together. Well thought out.
Okay.
That's as good as his evidence that he showed.
What else is here?
Maybe he feels like
could you actually respond? Did she?
You gotta keep yourself in the corner. I've heard that before. That way, can't nobody sneak up behind you and, do one of those numbers. Maybe that's what he's thinking. The family's coming.
Hear me say out of my mouth that I will beat her ass.
Did you hear him say that he was going to beat your ass?
Yes.
Okay.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, just a moment. I know we need to find some evidence.
Please.
Judge, thank you for holding. I just contacted the clerk office. They said that the video was a link and it couldn't be downloaded.
Okay. Yeah, we can do links. Ms. Broom, Ms. Hamilton actually had another document she wanted us to take a look at. Can you remind me what that is, Ms. Hamilton?
It's titled Respondent B, and it's the document I submitted to the magistrate court. Just kind of outlining everything I just shared with you with the false eviction. But if you scroll down to page 2, I know you don't want to read through all that. You can just kind of see the pictures. This is the type of pettiness I've been dealing with in the household.
Blow that up.
So
Please
within
make that bigger.
Please keep
picture
going.
on the right. There were some things said about me being a teacher, him who's unemployed, and what he chose to do with his life. And I did make a mean comment, and I referred to his degree as fake because he has an online degree. So I go where in a lease agreement, I do have Wi-Fi.
Did she say he has an online
I'm trying to get my work done, and the Wi-Fi name is changed to fake degree in the hood. There's another reference when the sheriff served me where he used that same phrase. If you look at the note on the right, I was trying to wash my laundry. He left a note that says,
that's how he
so since you wanted to be petty about using a scale, my washer and dryer are off limits. Using a refrigerator and stove comes with a room. It's a luxury sign, his name, and then it says the hood under there. So he keeps making that reference. I'm just showing you these things to develop his character. In addition,
if this guy was a race car driver, he'd be Richard Petty. I mean, he is just super petty about everything he's doing here today. It's
I don't think I can zoom. This is I can't.
She read the letter. She just read it to us a second ago.
Now I know what it was.
The hood.
The hood is kind of funny, referencing her degree is.
And when the sheriffs came to serve me that evening, he used that phrase again. He came to my door and knocked on my door and said, since you want to play, let's see how good my fake degree worked. You're out of here. The sheriffs, if you want to get ahead on packing your stuff, the sheriffs are about to come and remove you.
Is this a text message?
No.
Or how is this communicated to you? Or is it something we're supposed to be looking at?
No, I'm just talking at this point.
Okay, okay. So we're done with this exhibit?
I'm just
Okay.
talking.
All right, just one moment, Ms. Hamilton. I'm sorry. Mr. Burke, do you have an announcement?
Yes, he's pregnant.
Yes, another hearing that'll be on 20. No, not 27. 5.
Okay, does everyone understand that we're going to be here until we're done tonight?
They do.
Okay.
Damn.
All right, Ms. Hamilton,
Do you have an announcement?
anything else?
All students that are driving on the squirrel bus today will now be
I'm sorry,
riding
you're
the
on mute, Ms.
lobster
Hamilton.
bus. That's all kids that ride the squirrel bus will be on the lobster bus today.
I
Thank you.
believe that's all.
Thank you, Kim Wallace. Appreciate
All
you.
right,
Welcome.
Petitioner Trammell, you wanted to respond?
Yes.
Okay.
Mikey
So I
Hack?
want to start from the beginning. Your Honor, I was working for Fox Television, making $80,000 a year.
Oh.
When the respondent moved in,
How much?
she told me that she
$80K?
moved in to help me because I needed help paying my bills. That is not the reason why she moved in. She moved in because she was living with a boyfriend that was abusive. He pulled a gun out on her, all kinds of things. She moved in with me because of that. It wasn't because I couldn't pay my bills. I just bought my home. So that's very untrue. She wants to manipulate the court. I didn't get laid off from my job until February. So that wasn't the case.
I thought he was
Also,
going to say didn't get laid, by the way.
By the way, the reference I just made about when I was in elementary school, and they used them in high school too. I guess it was easier for little kids to memorize an animal than memorize the number. So they'd put an animal beside the number. I was on the squirrel bus. I was squirrel bus for my entire career.
Those of you wondering, yeah, I was a little bit short.
Slightly. And
when it comes to the
that's it. Yeah.
I think that's pretty common. I think ours did. Mine was like a bird or something. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with numbers.
internet and washer and dryer, the internet I paid for solely myself. It was never an agreement. We never had an agreement that the internet was hers. Also, she wants to make it seem that she had access to the washer and dryer all this time. Your Honor, I just got the same month we got into the incident, I just bought the washer and dryer myself. Paid for it with my own money. She said to me, hey, if you want to buy a washer and dryer, I'll go half on you on it with you. I said, it's not a necessity to me because I hardly don't go nowhere, I hardly don't use their clothes. She was going to the laundromat every single month. The washer and dryer paid for by me belongs 100% to me. And once she decided that she was going to stay and do the things she did, I said, hey, I don't want you using my personal belongings because those are mine. She said that I was mad at her because I couldn't afford the bills. That's not true, Your Honor. Even though I was laid off from my job, I was still working for Fox TV, doing different jobs, and also I was getting unemployment. I could afford all my bills.
He's gotten in Fox TV 2 times, but he only said 80K one time.
Fox Television, my friend.
Television.
Local affiliate? Maybe.
Bills, and if I couldn't, I would not have rushed to get her evicted from my home. It's untrue. As far as her saying that she will leave, like on her free will and all those other things, those things never happened. Once I served her eviction, that's when the arguments and everything started happening. And Your Honor, I would just like to add this. She would still be in my home had she not started the threats, because initially she was just served a 60-day notice. That was it, and I was okay with that. She also mentioned that the friend had never been violent to her. That's the reason why I didn't want him at my home, because she told me that they fought, he put out a gun on her, all these kind of things. Also, we had a conversation about this. He made a drug transaction outside my home. Like, things continually happen. And that's why in the evidence that you've seen, she said, I went back on our agreement about not having him at the home. I'm sorry, it will never happen again. I was lonely. She did that while I was out the country. And so that was a violation. But after the incident happened, that's when I served her the notice. And once I served her the notice, then she brought him over again, June 2nd. And that's why I was like, oh, you're continuously violating the agreement that we had, the verbal agreement. It wasn't a friend thing. It was, I feel uncomfortable, unsafe in my home because of things he's done at my home, because of things that he's done to her. I just felt unsafe. But she figured because we were into it, we're not on good terms, that she could bring him back over. And I didn't call the police because I wanted him, to get him out of there and remove. I just wanted it documented. That's the reason why I called the police. And again, I was okay with her being here. She was gonna touch my stuff. I wasn't gonna touch her stuff. It was okay. She would have been here, especially if I needed the rent, she would have been here still paying rent, and it would have been fine. Because she wasn't supposed to move out until July 25th, which would have been in 60 days. But the sheriffs removed her because of the threats of violence. That's why the eviction whole process didn't happen. So it's just trying to manipulate the court in the situation, and it's not okay.
Like just getting her out of the house.
But that's it.
This whole thing.
All right.
He's making it kind of obvious.
All right.
Well, she wants 60 more days. So
for your presentation of evidence and testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. One more thing. I was being nice and acting in good faith. So 2 days ago when we had our hearing, what I said to her is, I will dismiss the eviction if you pay. It's in the court documents, Your Honor. I would dismiss, we had a hearing to mediate, to come to resolve. The resolve was the eviction would be dismissed if she paid her June's rent and removed her things from my home. She didn't agree to that. And because we had this TPO that states that she could come over one time to remove her things, she was asking the court, can she come over and get some things now? And could she come over on July 15th to get more things? So she's trying to legally try to come to my house multiple times to kind of violate the TPO.
Very quickly, I just want to tell you, I can't get rid of hers. I've clicked on, it's blue on there. Now it just changed. That was about a minute ago.
What can you get rid of? That comment?
The comments that just keep sticking, and then I'll click another one, and it's now almost 30 seconds between them. Looking at it, it's so annoying. We're almost done though.
So. That's in place.
I really don't need to hear about failed settlement agreements. Okay, that's just, I'm not going to consider that, because that's not before the court.
Average.
And we want people to, we always encourage settlement. And so we don't let people talk about
They both have really nice
things
teeth.
that go wrong in settlement
And
agreements. Okay.
they both are very, very petty.
All right.
Outrageously.
I am, I've listened to
Before she gets to that point, I'm sure that it's just going to be granted anyways, even though there's like zero.
It's one of those situations too, where it's like, you know, he said the 60 days that he gave her would have been up on July 25th. So really what she kind of can do is now, if it doesn't get granted, she can go right back over to the house and stay till she's ready to leave.
Right.
Really, like,
do you think that
officially evicts them?
Do you think that he thought about that? Because I don't think he did.
I mean, he may have set himself up for a reset right here, where she's gonna be like, "Hey, you've made me leave during this time period, and it's put me behind. It's your fault. I could have already been moved out, buddy. Now you want to suffer with me staying here for free."
Could you imagine? Then the police are going to be called for a real reason, and we're going to be back here for a real protection order at some point.
everybody and taking notes and I'm going to dismiss this petition at this time, this order. There is a pending dispossessory case. This is a landlord-tenant situation.
I like it.
You all have a court date on Tuesday.
Shocked. Wow.
I'm going to find that there was insufficient evidence of threats or acts of family violence and insufficient that is going to continue in the future.
I like it.
So it sounds like the dispossessory issue is going to be resolved on Tuesday. Anyway, I'm going to.
So they had to go
dismiss order in this case
landlord-tenant court.
Now, let me say this. If there are any threats, any violence that happens between now and then, if people actually want to move back into the house, if anything happens, you can always call the police. You can always refile if necessary if there are threats. There should be no threats by anybody against anybody. And obviously, absolutely no violence. I mean,
well, they've made it through without any.
You all are grown-ups, and this, I know this is a painful end of a friendship and a moving out. So I hope that it can be done as gracefully as possible. But if anyone is in danger or any threats are made,
how are they doing it Tuesday? Because this would have been, it would have been tomorrow.
You all are
This just
excused and
from
you'll get a copy
last week.
of the order. Petitioner will. Okay. Thank you.
The most embarrassing part about that is the severe lack of anything as far as
really like big ass goose egg as far as like real evidence of any kind of violence.
I'm so used to it just being granted even without any real evidence. And to be honest with you, his evidence was evidence towards that was a nuts one.
Here's the question. If they weren't going to court, which she said Tuesday, which is tomorrow, there's no way they're doing it tomorrow. But if that wasn't, already in the books and they were heading towards that process, you think she'd have been more likely to say, okay, well, he says he's afraid of her, blah, blah, blah. To keep her out of the house, we'll do this. Now, he's got a second out because they're going to have to go to this.
Yeah.
And maybe I feel like maybe she kind of passed the buck a little bit too. Maybe like, they got this coming up, and it's landlord tenant, and this is landlord tenant. Nobody's put hands on anybody.
That's all that they really talked about was, especially him, was way more about that. Yeah, it sounds like no physical altercations. Nobody stole a phone out of somebody's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's an interesting one with a satisfactory in my eyes.
Oh yeah,
I
could smoke a cigarette right now. I'm so satisfied.
I was that good. Right.
It was so good.
It was so good. Remember, guys, we're off tomorrow. We're back again at 4:05 for, of course, We Gotta Chase. And those of you who enjoy court, too.
Count them, 2 Creed. 2 new videos dropping today. One at 3 p.m. Eastern time with Judge Cedric Simpson, and then one at 5:15. You do not want to miss one of the craziest cases. 66 weapons, giving kids pew-pews, kids smoking weed with mom, all kinds of good stuff. You do not want to miss this case, and I guarantee you have not seen it. I promise you that. So make sure at 5:15 we're going Creed and some Mikey. And like Creed said, we're taking tomorrow off, but there's going to be videos premiering on all 3 channels tomorrow. So you won't be alone. You'll be with friends.
Oh, and do we have members only tonight, too?
Absolutely. Tonight for We Gotta Chase.
The July 3rd Express, Gary, Nancy. Welcome, Joe, Kiernoth, KH, Heather, and Kim. Thank you guys so much.
Dun, 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 dun. Creed's checking, making sure nobody was trying to break in.
Everything's good.
He's always scared of that. It's one of Creed's phobias.
We'll see.
Wife leaves the door unlocked and he's getting murdered.
Yeah, no, I've been home alone since Friday. It's been nice and
Oh.
quiet here. And
Loving life. Loving life, babe. It's bachelor padding it.
Mikey, the poll.
Oh, that poll has been pulled out. And the results are 77% of you believe nobody. That's right. The winner here today is no one. No one. And that kind of went along with the guidelines.
I mean, you guys called it. Nobody is the winner, truly.
Truly. You guys made the call, the right one. Speaking of right ones, Creed, stay safe during this holiday season. Stay hard during this holiday break. And make sure you stay tuned because more videos coming up. Go back in time. Watch the old stuff as well because there's a lot of lore. There's a lot to understand if you want to follow this legend. Make sure you get in there and get it done. We love you guys. See you soon. Bye. Vibe. Is there a magazine called Vibe?